Hi, my name's Mick,
I'm Audrey.
and we're here today to talk about our background in Tai Chi and yoga and how we came to it. And we could start with Audrey if you want to start with your journey in yoga.
Thank you. Yeah, I got into yoga about 30 years ago. I had been, before I did yoga, I was a big surfer and runner, and I did landscaping as a living, and then I had a pretty serious back injury that at 30 years old, and that just changed my life overnight, really. I lived on the floor for a year. I tried a lot of different things to heal the back.
Yeah, you did all the usual things, physiotherapy, chiropractor.
Well, I didn't do physio I did, but it made my condition worse when I would do it. I was left for the ultimatum of back surgery, but they said it could make it worse, could make it better. They didn't know, and I wasn't prepared for it to get any worse. I was in a pretty dire straits. I was at the lowest of my low, vulnerable, scared, and so I also was very selective about what I did, but was open because I was at my wit's end. But it was you, when we moved to San Diego, California, where we thought the warmth might help heal my back. You found...
Yeah, I remember I was looking in the newspaper one day and I saw this advert and it said free pain clinic yoga, so I thought, let's give it a shot. And then we went down and...
Yeah, it said bring your aches and pains to class with you. And I thought, I can do that. I was also once again, I was really scared. I didn't know anything alternative. I was skeptical. But that first session in this pain clinic, wow.
I remember that day. I remember there was also a lady there who'd been able to feel, was it her toes?
Yeah.
For like years, and then she did like 2 yoga poses and then she burst out crying and said, I can feel my toes.
She was supposed to have surgery the next day, and after that pain clinic she didn't. Something awoken in my spine. I could feel life again. Not that it was healed, but something changed that I hadn't felt in a year. So that was it. I started this slow journey, but it was a pathway that transformed and finally unraveled my spine till it was better than it was before the injury. I lived and breathed the practices because I had to. You know, I had been someone who was so active. This is not something I would have thought I would have done. I didn't like stillness. I didn't want to be quiet, and I wanted to be on the go. So this was a real battle. But at the same time, all these amazing things started to happen when I did these practices that if I hadn't been forced into this particular practice, the change in me that I would not have gotten would have kept me, I think, unhappy and limited. I was searching for this and I didn't even know it. So there we go. That's my kind of journey into it. And what about you with the Tai Chi?
Yeah, at the same time I was kind of observing your journey, and then I was kind of looking at myself a little bit, and I was thinking I'd been just like you, really physical all the time. And as I was getting older, I was just getting tighter and stiffer. I have a physical job too, being a construction worker, and I just wasn't happy really. So at some point I was searching for something. Then I was on a surf trip in North Africa, and I met some guy who was doing Tai Chi, and I thought this was really interesting. So then I kind of embarked on that journey through lots of different teachers. And being quite young, I always used to pick teachers that would really work me very physically hard, which actually just kind of exaggerated all the problems I had. And it took me like a long time. It was actually until I went to China, that was when I really started to understand, you know, there was a different way that you needed to do things if you weren't able to make changes you know, the regular way. So yeah, it was similar to your journey.